This book got released and I didn't even know. I don't want to talk about it. I have a problem. Oh my gosh, no. Oh, I did watch the movie. Oh my god, I'm so excited to read this book. Yeah, 18 books. Welcome back to my channel. It has been literally 10 months since I posted my first and only YouTube video that I've ever filmed. After I posted that video, my mental health took like a massive decline and I was not doing well for like 6 months. I've just been not great, and only in the last 4 months have I started picking myself back up again. I don't want my mental health to be a reason that I'm not posting content, because like I love filming YouTube videos, or the one that I did. Well, I mean, I've filmed lots of YouTube videos in the past, I just never deemed any of them worthy enough to post. But I loved filming all those videos that I didn't post and I love like making content. It's just something that I just really love doing. I love reading, I love posting about reading. I don't know, you get the picture. So I was really sad that like my mental health declining caused me to stop posting content, and I don't want that to happen again. So I'm going to start posting more regular content, and if my mental health decreases again, which hopefully it doesn't, but if anything along those lines happens, my plan is to still post content, and it'll just be like the not so glamorized side of content. It might be a little bit anxious content, you know? Anyway, besides the point. Today, I have decided that I'm going to film. This is not going well. Oh my gosh, no! A book haul. Oh, I bent the cover of this. That's so sad. Wait, I just spoiled one of the books. I'm gonna blow that. After that absolute chaotic mess of trying to show the huge stack of books that I got, I'm back sitting down and we're ready to go. So when my mental health like went, I had gone into a bit of a reading slump. This year, prior to, like before September this year, I had only read like 6 books, I think, in 9 months. 5 of those were rereads. I reread Akatar, the first book. Well, I listened to the audiobook of that, and I'm also going to reread it again. Probably before the end of the year, I'm going to reread the whole series with one of my best friends. And so I'm going to have read Akatar twice this year. I only listened to the audiobook of the first one, but I'm going to reread the entire series in a little bit, in a month or so. Anyway, besides the point. And I also reread all of the Heartstopper graphic novels on Webtoon when season 2 came out, because I love Heartstopper so much. I still don't own physical copies yet, but it's on my list of books to buy. And then I also read the fine print. So I read Akatar, a reread. I read the 4 Heartstopper novels, and then I also read the fine print. So that was the 6 books that I read prior to September. And then in September, I've read 5 books. As you can tell, I've read a lot more this month, and since I got out of my reading slump properly, I decided to do a 18 book buying haul. Anyways, so I'm just gonna get straight into it. I've rambled for too long. So the first thing I got was the Divergent box set, and I got this from Big W. You will not guess how cheap this is. This was $24 Australian dollars, which is like crazy, because one of the other books that I got, actually a few of them, were $20 each book. This, $24. And even in Big W, most of the ones that I get are like $12 to $14 per book, meaning that $24 would be 2 books. This is 4 books. 4 books in this series, and it's the anniversary box set. So they're so hard to get out. Oh, there we go, they're coming out. Okay, so I'm going to show all the covers because they're really pretty. Also, side note, I have not read the Divergent books yet. I did watch the movies. Well, I watched the first one, but I'm going to be honest, I don't actually remember anything from the movies. Literally all I remember from the movies, and this is going to be a very accurate description of the movies. So I remember a scene with the main character sitting in like a white room, and she was getting like, I don't know, something was getting told to her. I don't remember what it was. And then I remember a scene where she was like jumping off a building onto a net. And then I remember, run boy run. And that's all I remember. That's literally my entire memory of the movies is just that. So I think I'm pretty safe to read these books and literally have no clue what's going on in any of them. So this is the first one. This is Divergent. Look how pretty that is. And then this is Insurgent. I'm pretty sure this is the second one. I could be wrong. So pretty. This is Allegiant. I love the covers so much. And then this is 4, which I think is like a novella, but I might be wrong. I'm not sure. The only thing I don't like is they all have like the like, whatever this is called when it's not the full cover. They're stiff. They're so stiff. Like, this is a brick. Like, look at this brick. So yeah, that was my first purchase, was these. My brain is organizing this video in like a specific way that would make no sense to anyone else, but to me it makes sense. So I'm doing the box set first because I feel like that's just separate on its own. Then I'm gonna do romance, and then I'm gonna do fantasy books that I didn't buy that are in a series, and then the ones that I bought that I like. Fantasy books that I bought that are either standalones or are in a series and I only bought one of them, if that makes any sense. And then last I'm going to do fantasy books that I bought more than one of the same series. Does that make sense? So the first romance book that I got was Things We Left Behind. Now, I haven't read the other 2 books in the series, but I own them and I wanted the third one, so I will read them. I know I will read them, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love them. So well, maybe I won't. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't read them. I don't actually even really know what it's about. I just know that it's about couples, and each book is about different couples. Next, I got King of Pride, and I actually own the first book in this series, King of Wrath, and I have the whole Twisted series, and I've read the first 2 books of the Twisted series and I enjoyed them. I really enjoyed Twisted Love, and I still enjoyed Twisted Games, but I preferred Twisted Love. And because I enjoyed the 2 books that I have read from the Twisted series, I'm pretty sure I'll like this too. Although I haven't read the first one, but I'll get to it. Next, I got Archer's Voice, which everyone has been raving about this book. And I have been trying to get my hands on a copy since October last year. Let that sink in. October last year. 12 months I've been trying to get a copy of this. And everywhere that I've gone, it's always been sold out. They don't have it. Whatever. I've not been able to find this anywhere. Finally got my hands on a copy. So I will be reading this. Finally. Okay, so that's all of the romance books that I got. Next, I got Foul Lady Fortune. Look how stunning this cover is. Oh my god, the sun just came out. Oh my gosh. This is totally ruining my lighting. Now I look yellow. Oh. Did it really change that much, or are my eyes deceiving me? Anyway, look how pretty that cover is. It's gorgeous. I haven't read These Violent Delights or Our Violent Ends yet, but I still bought it. Next, I got These Hollow Vows, which I've been hearing about this book since like what, 2021? 2022? 2022. When did this come out? 2021. So I think 2022 was when I found out about this book, and I've been meaning to get it for so long, and I just hadn't like seen it in a bookstore, so I just never like got it. Next, I got Blade Breaker. I haven't read Realm Breaker yet, but I have read the Red Queen series, and I really enjoyed that. Well, I've read half of the Red Queen series and I really enjoyed it. Next, oh my god, I'm so excited to read this book. I remember seeing TikToks about this book before it even came out, and I have been waiting and waiting for it, and then I didn't even realize that it had come out yet. Like, I remember I saw the TikToks and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this book, blah blah blah. I was like waiting for it. I was so excited. This book got released and I didn't even know. And then I saw it in someone's YouTube video and I was like, oh my gosh, I need it right now. I literally saw it like a couple of days before I went to do this shopping haul. And this was literally like the main book that I wanted when I went to the store. And it is Powerless. Everyone is raving about this book at the moment. Everyone is talking about it. And I'm just so excited to read it. I cannot wait to read this book. On to the books that I bought that are part of a series. First things first, I don't know which order these go in. Glint and Gleam from the Plated Prisoner series. I already have Guild. I haven't read it yet, but also I'm going to buy the whole series before I even start it. I guarantee you, I am going to own this whole series before I've even started that book, because I am a somewhat slow reader, but I love owning books. So I just keep buying them even though I'm not reading fast enough. But it's a problem, but I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, so I got these two. And I'm not going to buy Glow, I think is the last one in the series. I'm not going to buy that one until they released a copy that is the same size as these, because the copy that is currently out is huge. Next, I got... Okay, so, story time. I have two books here. Of this book, I own 2 copies of it already. And of this book, I own 1 other copy. So I'll have 3 copies of this book now, and I have 2 copies of this. And it is House of Earth and Blood and House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. And I'm just gonna, stand by. Oh, I caught myself. Okay. So, I bought, the first one that I got was this copy. And look how pretty it is. And like, when you open it, I don't think the cover doesn't have, like, that doesn't have anything on it, like that, you know, but look at that. That is stunning. It's just so, it's such a pretty copy. And so I got this in hardcover, but I'm not a huge fan of reading books in hardcover because I just like to be able to open it, you know? So I decided I'm just gonna keep this as a pretty display book. And I'm going to use the next copy of this that I bought to read. Like, I'll actually read this one because it's, you know, paperback, it's a bit smaller. Like, look at the size difference. Ready? Look at that size difference. So this is going to be more reading friendly. And then the second one came out and I was like, I want it right now. Even though I hadn't read those books, I was like, I want it now. Because when I do decide to read it, I'm going to want to read them back to back. So I was like, I need it. So I bought this copy, which is paperback and literally doesn't match any of them. It's the same size as this one, but it's a paperback, so it sort of matches, but it's paperback. We don't tolerate that. They're all different. So when I came across these covers, I was like, oh my gosh, these covers are so cute. I'll buy them and I'll have, this is literally just 2 different books. But anyway, it's fine. I don't want to talk about it. I have a problem. Anyway, we're on to the last books of this haul. The Caraval series. Now, once again, as you can see on my shelf, I already own hard copies of Caraval and Legendary, and I will be getting a hardcover of Finale. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I will be getting a hardcover of Finale as well to complete my hardcover trilogy. But then these are the copies that I'm going to read because it's in paperback. This is what I would think I would say one of my toxic traits is. It's reading paperbacks but wanting to own the pretty hardcovers and never touch them. So therefore owning 2 copies of every book. So we have Caraval, Legendary, and Finale. And look how cute the spines are. Although it does kind of bother me a little bit that these 2 are like reddy orange colors and they like match more, and then this one's just blue. Like, it just doesn't really make sense in my brain. Like, that looks like it matches, that just looks out of place now, you know? But anyway, that's the final books in my haul, and I think that was a total of 18 books. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, 18 books. Anyway, so that was all one shopping trip. I was walking, I had my handbag like over one shoulder, And then I had the paper bags that I had the books in. One of the paper bags broke because there was so many books in it, and so I was carrying it like this, and then I had another paper bag in this hand, so I was carrying a giant paper bag with another bag in my hand through a shopping center. So that was fun. I didn't get people looking at me funny at all, not once. Anyways, if you want to keep up to date with the books that I'm reading currently, go follow my Goodreads as well, because I have recently been, I mean, I always update like when I start and like my progress to a book, but I've recently been putting like little notes in there with my current reads and like kind of like putting in little updates as I go. So if you want to like see that, feel free to go follow my Goodreads and keep up to date with all of the books that I'm reading at the moment. I can't promise that I'm going to post every single week because I'm still getting into the groove of everything. I'm going to try, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.